Hi, I'm Dennis. I've been an online English teacher for 8 years, and I'm here to tell you about online digital teaching fatigue. And really, this affects anyone who does a job where you have audio or video communications, you're video chatting, but there's also an added element of what the gamification does. So I'm just going to jump into it and let you have a taste of what my world has been like, the effects that it's had, and the solutions that could be done. So just warning you that there's some harsh sounds coming, but here it goes. Okay, I'm hearing a whining. There's an echo. 1, 2, 3. Do you have a thing to hold it steady?
Yes, but not in this room.
Please. So I'm going to break down those sounds that you heard, and I'm going to start off with the one that's been the most harmful to me, and that's the echo, the audio feedback.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Mom there? Mom, Dad there? Hey, guys, have you got any headphones? Any kinds?
Teachers are required to have headphones on most of these companies. Now on the student side, if they aren't wearing headphones or aren't using them properly, the sound emits out the speaker and comes into their microphone. And so it's my voice plus all the sound effects that I'm hearing twice on a delay. It's distracting. It's caused a lot more frustration in dealing with because I have to explain in another language. And then the sound.
Bin.
No entiendo inglés.
I've worked on NovaKid for 4 years and VIP Kid for 4 years. On VIP Kid, they have an IT consultant come into the class and say something about it. On NovaKid, nothing. There's no IT help. You have to complain about it. In retrospect, they will never say to any student to just wear headphones. They will never say that. So I have to beg them. So what this does to my brain is I'm hearing my own voice on a delayed effect. My brain is constantly trying to decipher if I'm hearing live sounds or delayed sounds. It disrupts speech timing and concentration. This is something that's fixable only on the side that isn't wearing headphones. So whoever's making the echo, you need to use headphones or do an update, find why the problem is doing that, lower your volume. It has been the one that I've had to explain over and over, and I don't understand why people are not talking about it. They should do a test call. Working for NovaKid, they will not take any steps to just notify the parents from the beginning about any of these issues. On private, I can communicate directly with the parents. We can find a solution, and I wouldn't keep endangering myself. If it's a bad day, they're just going to have that, then we end the class. On these platforms, I cannot leave. You're stuck dealing with the way it is. You leave, then you get fired. There's no IT help to come in and deal with anything. It's all in retrospect of it, at least with NovaKid. The next is called handling noises. This happens whenever you take a microphone and move it through the air or you have wind. These handling noises create low-frequency thuds with intermittent spikes. You don't know what they're going to do. Basically, every time the child moves the laptop, every time they're aggressively hitting the laptop, this happens if you take the device and move it through the air. As a teacher, I've learned I'm just going to start every class on mute until I see that their device is well stabled. If they're moving the device, then I wait until they have it stable because I know I'm going to get interference, handling noises coming in. It's something that in general, people should be courteous of if they're going to make on the other side or not. Another solution I found is I use an app, EQ Mac, and I lower lowest and highest frequencies. And it basically takes the edge off of it. Doesn't do too much, doesn't help perfectly. I still hear all that stuff, but it is a little easier. The echo is in a range that's the same as a human voice, so I can't cut that out without just muting. And it doesn't work like that. Continuing with these harsh sounds, you have ones that you're more likely to just deal with as a teacher. When I hear a kid breathing into the microphone and they're young and that's just their breathing pattern, I'm more likely to be patient with it. If it's a teenager, someone who's a little more fluent, an adult, and they're breathing heavily into the microphone, I would tell them, please just move it away. It's stuff that adds up on you. Putting a windsock over the microphone for someone who has particular issues like that helps. And with the breathing, if the microphone is pushed a little further away, that helps. But most of the time, you're just dealing with something like a tablet that has a directional microphone for right in front of it. Anyone talking off to the side sounds like a very strong bear. Any sound that's happening in other rooms, but a lot of times the microphone is in the tablet. I'm hearing the sounds of everything on the desk a lot louder than I'm hearing the student's voice.
Yeah.
Eats.
She is hard.
You want to hear the student's voice clearly. That's part of the job. You're in there to hear every sound, every letter, every syllable, every phoneme. You want to hear every bit of that so that you can give a more articulated feedback, so that you can see what they're doing right and wrong. And that's your job. As a teacher, I am constantly paranoid about having smooth Wi-Fi and also a quiet environment. I need everything around my house, no construction, no traffic. If my kid is screaming, that's trouble. If there's a kid on the other side, that's fine. That's expected. You deal with that. But I can hear the dishes being put away. I can hear a lot of other sounds, the TV playing, a lot of other sound effects that don't provide a clean environment for me to hear the student. So I'm intently trying to listen on what the student is saying while hearing a lot of commotion from the rest of the house that picks up into the microphone of this tablet very abruptly. So most of what I hear is just gargled noise with a little bit of the students whispering, and I'm trying really hard to hear for that. Now, most of these companies are doing a lot of audio compression because they're trying to compress the data, make everything flow a lot smoother. So you end up hearing robotic voices. The kids will sound more robotic than they should.
Do you hear that?
A best for baby bear is at the start of honey and disrespectful plans.
Now, everything I've talked about up until this point is something that I think people who do any kind of video chatting, telecommunications, you can understand, you can relate to. These used to happen very infrequently. I would say, once a week. Then about 3 years ago, it started to get more and more and more until about the last year where it was 40% of my classes on NovaKid had echo problems that went unsolved. This is losing them sales. It's frustrating the teacher. It's confusing the students. But it got so obsessive that I was continually contacting them about it. But the next issue is something that's particular to teachers. And that's that there's this gamification of these platforms that have dings and chimes. You hear spinners, you hear all these little sound effects at the same volume as the student does. So the student's voice is very low, but these dings are very high. I can know when I'm gonna issue them or when they're going to happen, so I mute, but then I'm losing what the student is saying, and I can't participate in the class that well because of this. I've contacted them. Why can't you lower the sound of these? Why do the teachers need to hear them at the same volume consistently, day in, day out, 9 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week? This doesn't make sense. Unless you think about it in the sense that these companies want to wear you out as a teacher. They want you to expire, chew you up and spit you out, so they don't have to give you raises. So there's someone else out there who will take even less money and is more eager.
Toy car, a tree. Very good.
So those are the audio noises. And that's the worst of it. I'm not someone who is overly sensitive to this. I could live with some loud sounds. I worked in loud environments of construction and on movie sets, in busy restaurants, going to loud concerts. I'm okay with this stuff. I spent a lot of time in arcades. But when you create conditions like this, day in, day out, that with no downtime, on a job that you're already very exhausted because you're constantly on, you're paid less every year, you're living in a toxic environment where you're being told that you're going to be fired or have 10% pay deductions, it creates what is consistent in the brain to PTSD. It creates neurological damage where you don't know what sounds are real, what sounds aren't. It takes cognitive behavioral therapy, it takes medication, it takes not doing this job. It depletes your ability to do this job when the students don't acknowledge any ability of what they're doing, any acknowledgement of what they're damaging you. So I need to talk about the visual strain now. And honestly, I don't need to see the student. I do not need to see what the student looks like or what they're doing, any of it. It's really nice as a teacher, especially with pronunciation, that I can see their mouth. I want to see what teeth they have, what teeth they're missing. That tells me what sounds they might have trouble with in making in the English language. But for the rest of it, I can cover them up with a card. Something with the light flickering. Most students have very poor lighting situations. The weirdest is when you get these very shaky cameras. You either have, they can't hold the tablet steady. The company won't tell them to just get a tablet stand. But yeah, I have students that just spin around with the camera. Some that are just in bed. They don't understand that the camera is attached to the tablet, and every time they move it, it creates a nauseating effect. Wait. Please. Can you put the tablet someplace? And then again to the way the platforms do it. The brightness, the flashiness, the constant animated GIFs that are put into there. It is visually straining. It is like being in a video game constantly.
Drag.
Toy car, a tree. Very good.
Now, I'm here to warn future teachers, future online teachers, anyone who does a job related to anything like this, anyone who is a parent of these. I've worked a lot of jobs, and some of them aren't optimal, but no one should be forced to endure sounds like this and have no way of exiting, and also be required to have such a high focus during it. If you're a labor attorney, I'm looking for a class action lawsuit against them. I'm sure there's others who have been affected by this. It's not about me getting a payout. It's about justice being served so that companies can't do this to people. If you're working for a place that is making you listen to sounds like this and not doing anything to mitigate it, then please, we need to speak up about this. Please leave your comments, share this with someone you think might be affected. I'm Dennis. Thanks for your time.